Once upon a time, a small seed was planted in the soil. Every day, it reached toward the sun, growing little by little. The rain watered it, and the breeze whispered encouragement. At times, the seed felt unsure, but it kept growing, trusting that each day would bring it closer to its purpose. Over time, the seed blossomed into a beautiful flower, sharing its beauty with the world. The seed had learned that growth takes time, and every step, no matter how small, was important. And so, it stood tall, grateful for the journey of life. As the flower stood tall in the meadow, it began to notice other flowers, trees, and animals around it, each with its own unique path. The flower realized that though every journey was different, they were all connected by the same sun, the same rain, and the same sky. Each lived in its own time, growing and changing in its own way. One evening, as the sun set, the flower reflected on the beauty of its journey. It no longer worried about how fast it had grown or if it was as big as the others. It understood that life was about embracing each moment, knowing that even when the wind blew or the rain fell, it was all part of the journey. And so, the flower continued to bloom, not in comparison to others, but simply for the joy of being alive, content with its place in the world. As the seasons passed, the flower experienced both sunshine and storms, learning that life wasn't always calm, but it was always beautiful in its own way. One day, as the petals began to fall, the flower didn't feel sad. Instead, it felt grateful for all the days it had spent reaching toward the sky, growing, and sharing its beauty with the world. It realized that life was not just about the moments of blooming, but also about the moments of stillness, the quiet times when it rested and prepared for what would come next. The flower understood that every phase was important: the bud, the bloom, and even the fall, each one contributing to the greater story of life. As the flower's petals drifted away in the breeze, it felt peaceful, knowing that its time to rest was not an end, but simply another part of the cycle. In the quiet of the night, the flower whispered a soft thank you to the world, ready for the next chapter of life's endless journey. As the flower rested, its seeds scattered gently in the wind, carried far and wide. Each seed, tiny but full of potential, found its new home in the soil, waiting for the right moment to begin its own journey. The flower had passed on its wisdom, knowing that though it was no longer visible, its legacy lived on in the seeds it had given life to. And so, in the quiet of the earth, a new story began. The seeds sprouted, one by one, each with its own path to follow, under the same sky, warmed by the same sun. They, too, would face challenges, grow, and bloom in their own time. But like the flower before them, they would learn that life was a continuous cycle of growth, change, and beauty. Through each season, the cycle would repeat, a reminder that life is ever changing, ever growing, and always moving forward. And as long as there was time, there would always be new beginnings, just waiting to unfold.